Should we do this whole podcast Sugar Pine 7 podcast style?
Please, God fucking no. I'm sorry. No, I mean.
3,
Let's not.
2, 1.
Hey,
everybody, hey, what's going on, guys?
Oh, hey guys, welcome back.
We did it.
You said that last episode. What are we
Both
doing?
times I haven't even thought about it. I just said it.
This is full transparency. Same day we shot the last episode because I'm leaving for home tomorrow.
Whoa.
No, in 2 days.
This
Hell
isn't
yeah.
your home yet?
I mean, they're both kind of home.
This is
It's honestly
definitely
weird.
a barren home.
When I started coming back, the first time I came back in August after going home, after we moved, I came back here and I felt a little bit of like returning. But when I came back in October, I felt almost like a breath of fresh air from coming here like I do going back home.
Oh, that's
I was
awesome.
like, interesting.
That's special.
Yeah, and then I talked to Gus and I was like, I'm moving out.
He actually sang the full song, Anthony's song, parentheses, I'm Moving Out, by Billy Joel.
Bum, 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 bum.
That he did
That's
that.
the one.
Bum,
I did
bum.
the. I
That's
did
one
the
of
whole
the
thing.
best songs of all time.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I like that song. Tony does not like that song at all.
Really?
Fuck you, Tone Tone. You don't know shit.
Oh, Tone Tone is awful.
Dude, he's gonna make you look so bad in this edit.
Tony,
here's
do
what he's
some
gonna
fucked
do.
up edit to
Here's
Jamie
what he's doing right
now.
Fucking.
Just that.
Probably just freaked him out a little bit.
There you go.
Sorry, Tone Tone.
Are we gonna explain the champagne bottle, or
We have to. Every day is a celebration.
every?
Listen,
That's what
guys, we're here to spread positivity with bubbles.
Ah! We didn't edit anything out. That
Nothing
bubbles.
happened.
When you said bubbles,
Nothing
I lost
happened.
my mind.
Don't even talk in the comments about how something might have happened.
Don't
I'll chase you
encourage
down.
that.
We got some Cordon Negro here. Jamie brought it here. It's Brute Cava. I feel like they're just making up words.
They
is-
just fucking sneezed on a keyboard.
It's the lowest carb wine.
So
Oh,
is that
really?
macaroni on your shirt, Jamie? Do you
I
like
wanted to tell you,
macaroni?
this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is fucking not macaroni,
Ooh.
you dick. I'm telling you right now, if you embarrass me in front of these 13-year-olds one more time, I'll do
Our
nothing.
age demographic is more college
It's
age.
older
It's
people.
pretty old.
You think I want college kids to watch me?
Is this really the bit returning right now after the next episode?
Yes.
Tony, you're on speaker on the podcast. Hang up
We're
if you
just
don't want to
talking
talk.
shit about you, dude.
Yes!
Why?
He does it every time now. I think just go with the bit. Because
All
we
right.
even talk on the phone after and he doesn't care. He's just like, yeah, I hung up. It's
Should
funny.
we pop this
Tone,
bad
tone.
boy?
Yes. What'd you say?
Where do I pop it at?
Um,
At
You
the
just do it
back
right
wall?
here.
I would
I'll
say
do it.
don't do it on camera right here because
I
there's
got
just
you.
too much. I just said, Jamie, if it spills after, I'm telling you to
Jamie,
stop
it's fine.
doing what you're doing.
Jamie,
Ebby,
you're
I
fine.
need
Jamie,
you to
Jamie.
let me be who I am. You're
It's fine.
censoring me right now.
It's fine as the
Jamie.
phrase.
I will not
Jamie,
be censored.
Jamie,
Jamie,
not
it's
for the
gonna-
bit.
This is how much you pour, right?
Yep, that's it.
I realize I just hopped into a responsibility by just popping the cork and
Yeah, you so subtly accidentally got the responsibility of opening the bottle when I was begging you not to do it.
Why did you do this shit to me, Eddie?
All right, what do we toast in honor to?
L'chaim, dude, life.
Dude,
L'chaim?
how about we'll toast to that fucked up picture from, why am I forgetting his name now? Wikipedia, we were just talking about it.
Oh,
Save me.
Mortensen.
Oh, Viggo
yeah.
Mortensen.
So, okay, Tony, I'll send it to you. The fucked up picture of Viggo Mortensen.
That used to be his Wikipedia picture for like years.
God, what
dog.
a great toast.
Here, Vigo.
Ah.
That's good. That's some champs. Dare I say, the champagne of Samps takes in so crisp.
Oh, no.
That was from I'm on a boat.
This is one of my favorite things that happened while Tony was here on the trip. Was Tony was telling us about something. It was the middle of the night. We were talking about Steam and Valve and games they were making. Do you remember this?
Yes.
And Tony was trying to tell us something about the Valve Steam page, like games that were being added to it.
Yeah.
And I'm so sorry, but he goes, he starts talking and just kind of flubs it. So he's like, sorry. The Valve Steam page. And so full recovery from the flub, full flub right after. Oh, my brother's a fucking loser. Yeah.
Fuck you, don't tell.
I actually really love him. And he's a very good brother.
Don't tell anybody. I
That
love
was
my
wonderful.
brother.
Cut that out, dude.
Cut it out. Cut it.
Are you being Uncle Joey right now?
Who's Uncle Joey?
From Full House.
Oh, I've only seen like 2 episodes.
I
maybe.
always forget, but I never look it up. When he does cut it out, what's the it? Is it cut? No, he doesn't. He doesn't do that.
He says jog off. He says that.
But he goes cut, and then there's an it,
I think
and then
he points.
out.
He's like
Cut it out. That makes
'Cause
sense.
it's
I can see
forward
that.
and back.
What if
That
he goes
feels very
cut
Joey.
it out?
I could see that being
For
the case
audio
too.
listeners, I just looked real hot for
He
when I
hiked
said
his
it.
pants down and he took a hot brown right on the carpet.
That's not
Whoa.
what
And
happened.
And then he said,
we don't even
minus
have
the
carpet.
SH.
We don't have carpet, Jamie. Where's your story
Everywhere
going?
you
mean,
Let me
I
fucking
certainly
ask you
don't.
something. When you started doing that bit,
This
did
podcast
you think?
sponsored by Harry's Razors.
God damn.
Did you think when you started the bit, Jamie? Oh, I'm just gonna make up what floors they have. That's the joke, not the shit. Oh, I'm just gonna make fun of there being carpet here. There's no carpet, jackass.
You know what we did?
I'm so sorry.
I got in trouble. This is what I do, and I feel bad because I'm like, I like Eddie too much to make him feel bad.
You know what we did is, as a joke, about 4 minutes ago, we said, "Do you guys want to do this as the Sugar Pine podcast?" And then we unironically did it as the Sugar Pine.
Hey, I was in the
podcast.
middle of the bit. I didn't do the Harry's thing.
Someday,
see that.
I want to forget that it ever happened at all.
What?
Don't pry. Don't pry.
Don't
I'm gonna let that stay.
make a shirt out of that.
Thanks. I'm wearing a little Peep shirt right now. That's my.
boy.
This one's for Peep. Rest in Peeps.
The drink. Oh, we're just doing a bunch of
It's hard
toasts
to
this whole
drink.
time.
It's hard to drink champagne without it feeling like you have to be celebratory about it.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah. How come champagne is the celebration beverage?
I don't
feel like it's-
fucking know, Gus.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like it's got to be some kind of marketing where you see a video on it where it's like, actually, champagne was trash water, and then
Yeah.
in the 20s, this one company built it up as a
I'm
celebration.
just picturing like old European hobos sitting around a fiery tube and eating fucking lobster and champagne.
Yeah.
They're like, I wish life were better.
I feel this feels celebratory too, not of me going like it matters, but I feel whenever I'm about to go home, like I'm about to go on like a school break.
Aw.
Because I don't do work usually when I'm back there, except for the kind of massive video I had to make back home last time. But let's not talk about that again. So, but yeah, it always feels cool doing the podcast right before I leave because it feels like that kind of excitement
Man,
of
I miss
the last
that.
couple of days.
I miss that shit. Like for school stuff, like the last day before Christmas break, where it's
That was the
it's
one.
just a joke and you're dinking around at school.
It wasn't even summer. It was winter break. The day before winter break was fucking awesome.
Any break was just like a release from the shackles, and you get to go home and watch ghost stories. Was that Nickelodeon show? Are You Afraid of the Dark? Submit for
Oh.
your approval, the Midnight Society. Like that whole like that feeling of like, I realized me and my friend were talking about that. We had our last moment of doing that after high school, and it just never happened again.
Oh, that sucks. When did you realize it in the moment? Like, fuck, this is the last time that we're doing this.
No, it was years later. I was like, man, I will never have that like running towards the school buses, like fuck yeah, it's over feeling. Like again, because I think after high school I was more scared than excited.
Yeah.
But like in middle school, that like gonna go home and whatever, watch Dragon Ball Z and chill out. That stuff is now I'm just like, I don't know what, I can't sit still and do nothing.
Yeah.
What happens if I do nothing? Everything will disappear.
It seemed like the free time stuff was such distinct separation where you're just like, I'm going through school. I can't wait. I'm looking forward to this at the end of the day. And then it just was too good to be true at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking about this the other day. Like I haven't had like a I can't wait moment in so long. Like I can't wait until this thing happens. Like I remember going to the zoo as a kid, just going to the Atlanta Zoo and that being like, I'm so fucking excited I can't sleep. And then I went to the zoo and I came home and I was like, that was the best day ever. Like I haven't had a moment like that as an adult at all.
Let's go on a trip then.
Let's do a
Dude,
boys
yes,
trip.
but here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna be. I have to put. How many shirts do I need? I should probably bring an extra one. I have to fill the suitcase. And suitcase is too big.
Here's
That
the
much
thing.
clothes. Like
How-
that's the adult.
You know I'm
shit.
gonna I'm
yeah.
gonna solve it for you. Gus and I are gonna come over. We're gonna pack for you. You don't even get to see what's in it.
But then
That
I
sounds
owe
good.
you. See, that's the
No, you
stress now.
don't.
And it's like they were so nice
Jamie.
to me, and they're.
Why are
trying
you
to
nice?
Do you know
we
how
weren't
much-
nice to you. We had to pack for your dumb ass.
This is this. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. The whole time I'm gonna be like, they're gonna be fucking mad at me. They did all these things, and I'm
I
gonna have to pay
just
them
said-
back. And then I can't go to work while I'm gone. I'm not gonna lose a paycheck. I have to pay my fucking. Like that's
Yeah.
adult shit. You don't get that like wild abandon feeling as much as an adult. I mean, I'm lucky to. I think we're all lucky to have experienced that in the first place to begin with. First of all, don't want to sound ungrateful, but like I met a girl a few years ago when I first moved to LA, and I thought she was being kind of phony because she was this wonderful, innocent, perfect little blonde girl who just like lived life like it was like fucking fairies and butterflies all the time. And it just felt like, oh God, she's just reining it in. But like as I got to know her, I was like, oh my God, she actually lives life with that like child abandon and just like absorbing everything and excited about everything that there is to do and super positive and can't even fathom listening to heavy metal because it's too negative. It's like, man, that sounds fucking great.
Yeah, that's so. Yeah, my dad made a similar comment about that, like, because he's somebody that really lives in the moment and stuff too, and especially he's like you said, he doesn't like consuming negative media at all. And it was so weird because I remember, especially like when I was getting into high school and going to college and stuff, I wanted to watch like some of my favorite movies with him, you know, and like stuff that's like rated R or has violence and stuff. He just was like, I just don't like seeing that much negative stuff. And I really kind of like pressed him for it one day. I was just like, I mean, you've seen some of these things in the past. Like I talk about classic movies from the 80s that are more violent and stuff, and you've seen all these and you seem to like them. Like, what changed? And he told me, he said, well, it's kind of around when my dad died. I just kind of didn't like seeing that stuff anymore. And I was like, God damn, dude, that makes sense, you know?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
I thought when you were talking about that girl, like that said, I suddenly realized she was actually this person that absorbs stuff. I thought you were gonna say some dumb shit like she was actually like a 46-year-old man. Like, God damn, you strung me
She
along.
was
Actually,
really good at makeup.
The girl version of SpongeBob.
What?
Can I mention something very serious
Please.
related to that?
Yes.
I've been to Universal Studios Hollywood twice in the last 3 weeks, and twice I have had to look at the SpongeBob mascot that is occupied by a real grown man, and his legs are human legs.
Yeah.
Really think about that for a second. It's so fucking weird to look at, dude.
He could kick your ass, dude. Just, you imagine getting body slammed by Universal SpongeBob?
Dude.
You suffocate. It's a mattress falling on you.
You'd think when you look that they'd cast somebody with skinny legs, but he had like muscular legs.
Yeah.
Just picture that episode where he had like the muscle arms.
He's inflating his legs.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
Oh, that's so funny.
What
Also-
do you...
oh,
go
sorry.
ahead.
I was going to say Poe the Pandas looks real fucking weird too. Tony got that clip of it. Tony, I'll tweet it out later, but can you put up the video of Poe the Panda from Universal Studios? All right, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, what do you... I hate now that our podcast questions are becoming so cyclical, and I'm not even catching myself. But I was going to say, who do you think would be the easiest, like, Universal or Disney mascot to, like, beat up?
Dude, Frankenstein. One sweep of the leg, Frankenstein's going down,
Because
dude.
he's on stilts, right?
Oh, wait, actually, he might not be. He might
No,
just be
dude. Yeah, he's just a tall guy. He'd fuck you up. He's got the shoulder pads in you, too. He just, like, lay down that shoulder.
Dude, what about a minion can't even fucking move, though?
Minions are crafty and there's hundreds of them.
That's true.
Not the mascots,
The
though.
mascot,
The
though.
mascot's just some kid.
Okay, so you mean the actual performers?
Yeah, the
who are
performers.
just trying to get their days paid.
Yeah.
Who
We
could
know
you
all
beat
this-
up?
We know what this guy will do in the Walking Dead walkthrough exhibit. Am I right? Fucking get his ass bitten like crazy.
Cry,
Fucking
lie
idiot.
down and cry for a while.
The
Like,
joke was
why?
Jamie was on The Walking Dead and he got eaten. That was
Dude,
just
come on, spoilers, man.
season 2 from.
Yeah.
Oh no!
the
I
fuck?
brought up the past
No.
for the bit. I appreciate it. That was really funny.
That was dank. Yeah, that was a good bit.
I don't know. I think the minion would be the easiest to kick their ass.
You just roll him like a pill down their street.
Or do the people, the Brooklyn people in the windows count? If I could just chuck bottles up there.
No, they're gonna throw in like tar and feather you from the top.
Not even with the time at all.
I think if you throw a bottle at any of them, they'll probably go down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bottles are hard.
The hardest ones to beat up would be anybody from the Waterworld show. They would kick my ass in a
they're
second.
fit.
Even their prop guns, they got like flare guns and shit. They just burn you up.
And-
But definitely, if there were an apocalyptic event where we have to defend ourselves, I'm going to Waterworld to protect
Dude,
my family.
I swear to God, I was going to ask you this. I think about this shit all the time when I go to like amusement parks, and it's fun to kind of think about like if it were kind of an end of the world situation, that might be some of the most perfect fortress material ever. Like going through like if Hogwarts is your main base at Universal.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be scary.
Can you
And
imagine fighting
there's
off zombies there?
There's only like 1 or 2 entrances, so it's not like super complicated. You can plan it out easily.
Yeah.
But then there are hidden corridors that only employees can go to.
That's smart. And
That'd
a
be a
lot
good
of it,
movie.
dude. Dibs. Nobody would take that. I was gonna look up. Well, actually, what do you think would be the best fortress at an amusement park, like zombie apocalypse situation?
I feel like Disney's got some fucking secure shit
Guess
somewhere.
Tanks, yeah. It's a
Yes.
small world. Because no one would expect
one
you to
would
be
ever-
in there.
The most fucked up shit. You got every racist stereotype in the world staring you down while you're getting your calf ate by some guy named Torin. Like,
Torin?
Jesus Christ.
I want some kind of movie or TV episode where Daniel Radcliffe plays himself while a zombie apocalypse happens at Universal Studios Hollywood, and he has to
Oh,
get fucking made fun of for
my
all the
God.
all the Harry Potter stuff.
That would be so fucking funny.
Daniel Radcliffe rules. Dude.
He's the fucking best celebrity of all time.
He's
so great.
cool. And the thing is, he seems so nice. And I forgot what interview it was, but it was him kind of talking about how he picks his roles now. And he's like, yeah, I just do what I want. I made $100 million when I was a teenager.
He's
so
got that fuck you money. He can
Yeah.
do whatever he wants.
it was over $100 million, right? That he made from.
He's had to have made way more than that by now. With the amount of times that they do, I think it's like every Christmas Hallmark does like a marathon of all of them. You make so much money on reruns.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I've completely wiped what I was gonna say. Right? Oh yeah, did you see Swiss Army Man? Either of you?
Yes.
No, I did not.
I like it a
That
lot.
shit's so good.
The movie is like 100% from me up until like the last 20 minutes.
That's a hard movie to end satisfying.
Yeah,
But
that's the thing is I don't know what they do, but I'm so glad. And the music for that movie rules.
it's so good. They're both so good. He is not Daniel Radcliffe. Paul Dano is he is the right side of my face.
Oh, I always thought that your original like Twitter profile picture from like a year or two ago looked like Paul Dano.
Look up Paul Dano. He is just the right side of my face.
Turn to your right. I see it.
I don't know what this is like.
I get a lot of like Margaret Thatcher vibes from this side. No, I meant Meryl Streep as Margaret Thatcher.
No, this side is like Chris Pratt's fucked up acid washed brother.
Don't say that to yourself about
this
yourself.
side is Paul Dano. Easy.
Hey man, it's okay. I'm looking at death incidents at Universal.
Yes.
Oh no.
I'm
Teach
not
me.
seeing. I'm just looking down the. It seems like every fucking ride has some sort of like violent incident here.
What?
There's one on Minion Mayhem.
Oh no.
Dude,
Wait,
can
there's
you
a ride for the
imagine?
Minions?
He
Just-
died doing what he loved.
Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem. How do you get hurt on it? On April 3rd,
You got too
2015,
excited.
a man fatally shot himself. Well, that's
so fucking crazy.
that makes more sense. Never mind. Wait, on Minion Mayhem?
Why?
What? What
That
the
motherfucker.
fuck?
Why would you?
That motherfucker was like, I'm gonna show them the fucking minions.
Why?
Oh my god.
What the fuck? That's
Of
dark.
all the places, I don't get why there.
I don't even.
I feel like we
That's
just went on a
fucking-
roller
That's
coaster.
fucking despicable.
No.
That
Both of you know.
shit- That shit is bananas.
If there weren't mics in front of you, I'd splash you both with this.
We had there was a period of time in my high school days where two things would happen. One, me and my friends would get season passes to Six Flags every single year, and we would ride all the fucking time, everything. And then a second thing would happen, which is that I would steal shit, and I don't do this anymore. I learned my lesson, and the way that I learned my lesson is the things that I would steal. When I say stealing, I mean we would take traffic cones, basically. That was like the main thing. Me and my
Okay,
friends would just like grab them.
I feel like everyone in their life, especially high school to college, took some kind of city like sign
Yeah.
or traffic cone or something like that.
It was basically traffic cones.
How
So
much?
like,
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you're good. I don't even know how much do they cost. I couldn't even give you a ballpark.
I was just gonna say, what do you think from everybody's taxes is taken out by dumb kids ruining
Oh,
shit?
that's
That's
from
the
the
thing.
government?
Yeah.
We paid for those, so really we're just taking what's ours.
It's like a library card.
That's why you can just walk into a public school.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. This is mine. And these roads, these are my streets.
I'm the teacher now.
Dude, I'm looking at the Simpsons ride here. I'm still looking at all these. On June 13, 2008, guests in one ride vehicle were sprayed with a non-toxic substance described as a derivative of vegetable oil. What?
That's piss. They
That
were
is
lying
it.
about piss. But really, you were saying something about the cone.
Oh yes, the way that I learned not to steal was we every time that I would grab something that didn't belong to me outright, there would be some kind of negative event that would happen that day or the next day. It was every single time, and so there were like 8 solid events, the vast majority traffic cones, where I would take a traffic cone and then we would get in a fender bender, or a rabbit would run across the street when we were driving and we'd smack it, or something would happen and everyone would be like, it's because you stole the thing, and it became this joke after a while. Well, the last time this happened, we were at Six Flags Over Georgia, and at the Batman ride, when you're done, you walk through the gift shop at the very end and then get into Gotham and stuff. So everybody always meanders and fiddles around inside of this Batman gift shop where it's just like gaudy t-shirts with like flames and shit. And we're fiddling around in there, and we find a bunch of jewelry, and they're all mood rings, basically. Different kinds of mood jewelries.
Gotham themed mood rings?
Yeah,
What?
with like the bat signal on them and shit.
Okay.
Really either super cool or really dumb cool.
Yeah.
So we're messing around with stuff. We're bouncing around. We leave. An hour later, somebody's like, dude, you still got that ring on your finger. And I'd walked out of the bat ride, whatever, with I forgot. It was a genuine, I just genuinely forgot. Didn't do the right thing and take it back. This was fucking like 16 or whatever. So kept going around. The very next day, a kid got his head kicked off at the Batman ride. I haven't stolen anything since then.
Whoa. Wait,
like,
kicked off?
his head got kicked all the way off. He was trying to get some sunglasses, and he jumped the fence.
Is that the famous one that Tosh talked about in his
Yes,
special?
yes, that was. Because the Batman ride, your feet dangle down, and it's fun as shit.
Whoa.
But it fucking slings your shoes and stuff around corners really fucking quick, and you don't realize how low people travel because the ride looks like it's way higher, but your feet are dangling. So it's like it's like double the length of the ride. And some fucking Chad got his head bounced all the way off and into the ride onto the fucking 285 interstate or whatever. Like,
Jesus.
Did your mood ring change to blue that day? I'm
I
sorry.
can sense it.
I'm sorry.
What a story you'll be able to tell your grandkids. Say, kids, I shoplifted a mood ring right next to where a guy got his head kicked off.
I was the reason a guy got his head kicked off. That's what I'll say in my head.
I was worried you were going to say, like, you picked up a traffic cone and it was the don't walk in front of the ride cone. I was like, oh, no.
Can you imagine if you just confessed to, like, killing that
And
guy?
I kicked a
We'd
guy's
air it.
head all the way off.
We'd air it.
He was asking where the gift shop was. I pointed him right over the fence.
The first thing I thought of when I heard that story for the first time was, but what happened to that person's leg? Because they didn't cross over anything. They were just having fun on a ride.
I heard it shattered. Like, the bone just shattered inside of the fleshy parts.
That's what
of
they
the leg.
get for fucking kicking someone's head off.
What were they thinking? Wearing loose Vans?
Just the middle of a speeding ride, and I just go, hey, check this out.
Just call me the Joker.
Can I get some more champs?
I don't know. Can you?
God, dude.
This
you
fucking guy.
turfed
You
Tone.
got him.
You
got
turfed
him.
me there. You just try to break the fourth wall and talk to Tony.
Tony's on my side, dude. I can tell.
I seriously doubt it because you shit on him earlier and then called him Tone.
That's in the past.
What I like about us talking directly to Tony is there are tens of thousands of other people listening, and we're talking directly to Tony while looking at the camera.
This is about Tony. This is the Tony show, as far as I'm concerned.
This is like being on stage and then trying to Skype someone and their connection doesn't work, but you keep talking to him anyway for like an hour.
My main thing is, after now meeting so many of our listeners in person, I feel this extra pressure, but the thing is, our podcast isn't good. So what is this pressure for? Because they seem to like it, but
That means it's good, motherfucker.
But there's
you just
nothing to-
contradicted yourself.
there's so much to improve upon. But
That's every minute of
we
every day.
won't do it. There's not a chance.
That's a good point. I will never. I've decided I'm done learning and improving myself.
That makes sense.
I was sipping. You both just looked at each other. You want to open some packages?
Okay.
Is
yeah.
it Christmas?
You wanna? We gotta sing the mail theme song.
Okay.
We wrote it last time.
Mail time.
Mail! It's the mail, guys. That's part of it. That's part of the theme song.
Everyone's gonna stop listening.
Yeah, jeez.
All right, we got this Fruity McTootie package here. This is addressed to Gus Johnson and Eddie Burbuck.
I like I've never heard Burbuck before.
That's a good one.
How have I never heard that? I would open it away from the mic because then you got all the Tabo. What happens with us opening these packages and just losing all sense of any words at all?
It's hard to multitask.
I was just watching.
That's not just wrapping paper.
You were thinking about it. Oh, did I
Whoa.
fuck up something
There's
cool?
a letter. There's somebody writing their thoughts and feelings to you.
I
You
hope
just
not.
Are you
just
ripping it?
Passed over it. Like
You
Yeah.
look at that. I'll look at the note.
Here.
the
Ooh, it's
angel
a
of death with blood on the
postcard.
door.
It says, "Hi Gus, hi Eddie. I have an Etsy shop. All right. Okay.
I see some pretty phallic shaped
What
shit
is this,
in here.
self-promotion?
This is here's a penis.
Yes.
What
Whoa.
the is this a
Okay, you
magnet?
need to plug their Etsy shop.
Why am I
now.
Hold
smelling
on.
this?
I got. You went right to sniffing
Sorry,
it.
have it.
Dick. Oh,
What
it's
it-
a magnet.
Dude.
Okay, some dick magnets.
all
Oh,
about
like
that.
chick magnets. Oh, this one's definitely not a dick though. This is clearly a bicep.
That makes
Whoa,
sense.
that one's way
This
more
is-
detailed.
Those
super
balls
veiny.
need some fucking sodium.
Look at the.
Yeah.
They
Is
are
that the case?
out
If
of
you get
control.
veinier, then
Yeah.
you,
Well, you need not sodium, potassium. Sodium makes you retain water.
damn.
So yeah, you can get all dried out and look veiny. Look, I've ruined this. There was something that was gonna happen with this that would be interesting, and I fucking drove over it with a semi truck. Don't drink right now. It's gonna be silent. Okay.
I got a
Well,
little
thank you
semi
for
right
the
here.
dicks, Danielle.
Truly, we have like whenever people come visit us, we keep shit like Jakey's plane ticket and Dom's little crayon drawing. And
Yeah.
we have one magnet.
Yeah,
so
we
we're
need
gonna
more.
we need magnets.
These are
Fucking great.
perfect.
I want these.
All right, I'll set these down over
Mimi
here.
would never let me use them, but I'd put them everywhere.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Let's open it.
That's okay. That's okay, Tony. We did a movie a while back called Don't Knock the Hustle, where my partner in crime was a guy named Tone. And
Like
that's how
that?
he talked.
I saw
Or no,
that.
I was Tone.
I saw that movie. It was pretty good.
Yeah. Oh, thank you. But
I didn't
I
see
was
it.
Tony. And my friend was like, well, gee, I don't know, Tone. That sounds pretty dangerous. Like, that was the character he played. It
That's
was-
satisfying for me to hear. I don't know why that accent's nice.
every time I hear Tony, that's the voice. Oh, geez, Tony. Like, that's the first place I go.
Who sent us that last one?
Danielle.
Thank you, Danielle, for those big dicks. This one's from Philadelphia. I don't know who sent us this one though, but this has got a
Philadelphia.
Bible verse in it, so it's probably Mac. What's this shit?
Did you see what he wrote on the back?
What do you write?
Twice he wrote "really makes you think." it says "really makes you think" and then "really makes you think" again. Right under it.
In cursive.
Guys, you have to
Dude.
make a Gus and Eddie podcast shirt that says "really makes you think."
We got swirly
Yo,
cupcakes. I'm
that's
probably
what's
gonna
up.
eat these actually.
Whoa,
Those are
yeah,
so good,
dude. I
dude.
love any of these types of like.
Wow.
This is white trash comfort food, and I
Yes.
love it.
Buttercream iced cupcakes. Those definitely got
these
very
are
fucked up.
Excuse?
I have never seen
Okay,
that.
so guys, think in your head. Close your eyes.
This is a Capri Sun.
Honest
Okay,
kids.
close
Honest
your eyes
kids.
and think really quick what the shape of a cupcake is. Keep your eyes closed. All right, now open. These are 3 cupcakes lined up against each other.
It looks like a cod
They
fillet.
look fine to me.
It's a real fucking small cup they made it in.
Good
Soup.
job. They're barely cakes.
Oh yeah. Go
What-
ahead.
Should I read what he said?
Yeah.
He said, Eddie, well, yours is next, right after. Eddie, I'm having a hard time with my juice pouch. Please insert the straw and return the juice via the return address. You are my last hope. And then he crossed out something that says, I can't even read that, but he crossed something out. Also, there's a lot, so he crossed them out for me.
He taped over a
Yeah,
bunch
he
of
taped
shit.
over yours that was crossed out too. Yours says, Gus, settle a bet for us. Is Gus short for Gus Buckets, Gustafer, or Gustav? And then it says our friendship is riding on this.
That's a good one. My name is Gustav. I
This is-
usually pronounce it Gustav, like good stuff.
Oh, that's
Okay.
This is a fucking comedic genius.
I like this person.
I like this
but they
dude,
didn't
whoever
leave
did this.
Wait, is there a name on there?
I don't know where the wrapping is. Wait.
It really makes you think.
Oh, I'm sorry, I misgendered you. It's Abby and Kate. It's 2 ladies.
Thank you, Abby
I
and
don't
Kate.
know
This is
why I
fucking
went male.
hilarious.
See, that's some fucking patriarchal bullshit.
I'm
No,
gonna
you
blame
thought
it all
it
on
fell
Gus.
right in.
You thought it was a male because it came in the mail. That's why.
That's
Yeah.
what it was.
You're in the
I'm
clear.
I'm
They put-
associating.
Look at how many
Brilliant.
fucking stamps. There are 15 stamps.
this is fucking comedic genius, and you
Oh, be
girls
careful with the address,
are my
dude.
heroes.
Oh, yeah. Shit.
Oh
Sorry,
wait, it's
Tony.
the PO box. I'm fucking dumb. Never
Oh.
mind. We're all
Zoom.
good.
Oh,
That's what's up,
dox
dude.
us. Come at
No,
us.
wait.
No,
Please,
no, no.
Their
Please
return
don't.
address. Doxing's not funny.
It ain't funny.
We were reading off of a card. I don't know if we mentioned that for the audio listeners.
Oh,
And
for
there's
sure.
a
Yeah.
bunch- Oh, the cupcake bit.
cupcake.
I'm sorry, audio listeners. I'm one of you. Not for our podcast, but
I listen to our podcast on audio.
so really quick, I gotta do this for him.
You're gonna send that back to
We're
him
gonna
now?
mail it back to
All
him.
right, Abby and Kate, you ready?
This is Honest Kids juice packets, so you can't.
Shit.
What are you
can't
stabbing at
be
it?
dishonest.
Yeah.
That's fucking dangerous. Just push it in like a man.
You have to push it in.
What are you talking about?
Gently.
It'll spray all
Okay,
over.
if you push it in right there,
You
It
did
is
it.
real good.
there you
at
go.
Inserting
So
straw.
you guys will get this in the mail later.
Yeah, we're not sealing it up again, just so you know. Thank you, Abby and Kate. That was probably the best one we opened so far.
Are you crying? Are you okay?
Hey, Mr. Simpson.
Really sorry about those cupcakes.
As always, the P.O. box is in the description down below. Please label it to Gus and Eddie or any variation of both of us. Otherwise, if it's just my name, I'm going to fucking open it and it won't get on camera.
I can't stress enough. I will open my own. Do not send solely my packages to Gus. And that's it.
And you please send mail to me to them.
Just to Jamie.
Just Jamie will,
Jamie.
Jamie will deliver it to us.
This is from...
There's a lot more in there. Than I thought there
Goddamn.
was.
This is from
alright.
E.R. Aaron.
Sorry about the bumps, guys. We're setting
Yes,
shit
like
down on the
bass
table.
drum. We're playing music for them.
This is to Gussie and Eddie, and we got 2 books. 50 Shades of Sarah? What the
What
fuck
the
is this?
Did they
Michael
write
Cera?
it? Who's
I
the person
don't-
that sent it?
Yeah. Oh, they
Jamie,
wrote it.
No,
Listen,
the audio
I have
of that.
shit to do.
Leave
guys.
leave that stuff because it's gonna show up in the
Jamie, I'm
audio.
going to have you put down.
In this book, we
How
love and respect
far?
Michael Cera.
It is about Michael.
We
Cera.
got to read a little transcript.
All right,
of
you want to
this.
skip? We'll both
Let's
skip.
just open to a random page.
Okay, I'm on page 71.
By the way, this is sent to us from the author, E.R. Aaron.
Is it really?
Yes.
Are you serious?
100%.
Whoa.
There's nothing dirty on this page. Hold on.
Congratulations. First of all, buy this book.
Well,
Oh
we
my
don't know
God.
what's in this book. I wouldn't endorse it just yet.
To write a book is a big deal.
There's
And I support this.
there I flipped to a page and there's legitimate LARPing combat rules.
Really?
Please tell me that
Dude.
there is a how-to guide for how to cosplay Michael Cera.
I'm going to keep this book.
I actually will read this
This
probably
is
a little
absolutely
bit at
hilarious.
least.
This is not sexual, but look at the beginning of chapter 7. Michael starts the engine and reverses out of his space in the parking lot. The aux cord is connected to his Zune. And the car interior is filled with the sweetest, most magical music, sending delicious shivers up my spine. I don't want it to end. What was that song? I asked. Hope and Memory from the Return of the King soundtrack.
That's awesome.
Oh my
This is really cool.
Good on you for making this.
Really makes you think.
God damn. Oh
There,
my
nope.
God. There's just good shit all over this.
What does the
stuff.
back of it say?
The back of this says, the elevator doors open and Michael Cera takes my hand, clasping it with his long, cool fingers.
Ugh.
I feel the current run through me and my already rapid heartbeat accelerates. Then without warning, he breaks our touch.
What?
Sorry, I thought that was my other hand. There's one review on the back, and it's from Imgur user Grundig666. It said, "What? No, come on, no, just put this in the back of your closet." Damn.
I hope
What
to
is the-
God Michael has seen this.
Here, hand me the note and then open the next package and I'll deal with this.
Yeah, okay, I'll
This
do
is
that.
funny shit. Dude, your mail time rules.
Yeah,
Ours-
it's been starting out the gate. It's real good.
You guys are sending us top tier shit. This
we
bit
get
could
just
flop so
fucking
easy.
cookies
You
that
get
have broken.
cookies?
So this card is
That have been
a
licked.
parents to be card.
Okay.
So it says, for the parents to be a precious new life, a world of wonder and possibilities, a love like you've never known before. And it says, you two have been living together for a while. I thought it might help to spice things up in your relationship. Don't read the back of the book. It might get you demonetized. Oh shit, it's too
boy.
late. Well, thank you.
That's
Wait,
from-
is it E.R. Aaron?
E.R. Aaron.
E.R. Aaron, thank you.
Wow. So just the author really
Oh,
said that.
it says P.S. Michael Cera BDSM starts at page 156. You're welcome.
Girl.
Goddamn.
Wait, no, save that for the reader, Jamie.
I just
Jamie,
want to see
you're
it
gonna
personally.
spoil it.
I need material, man.
Here's our last package of the day. Again, thank you guys for sending stuff in. If you like the mail segment, let us know. If it's a hard pass, let us know.
And if you'd rather a female segment,
Dude, I
Let us
will.
know.
Bro.
You need a writer,
Jamie,
dude.
really
You
makes
got
you
bad
think.
lines.
Jamie, we asked you
Really
to
makes you
write your
think.
lines before the podcast. You've been going rogue this whole time.
So today we're drinking Frexnine Cordon. How do you say that?
Negro.
I see.
Thank you.
Bass drum.
Last package of the day. It is. What the hell is this? Is this a book?
Wait.
Who is that? Is that Jeffrey Dahmer? Is that the person that sent it?
What is it? Wait, so it is a book. Okay.
It is a book. Oh, it's shrink wrapped as shit.
Use the scissors.
No, I got her. It's open.
Okay.
He's a stereotypical man who refuses to do it the right way.
I like
does
it.
the stereotypical
way.
way.
We
He
get a lot
doesn't
of
do.
books.
I don't take directions.
Yeah, a lot of books so far.
I watch Harrison Ford movies and cry when no one's watching.
It's just a picture of this dude on every fucking page.
Show the camera.
Look, it's every page. What the fuck?
Dude,
It's all this one guy.
It's like the flip page animation, but
Yeah.
he just stayed still the entire time.
There isn't a single word in this whole thing
This
except for
is-
the Shutterfly logo.
Oh my
Dude, this
god,
is
a
great.
one-of-a-kind
Dude,
book.
what are we at? 4 for 4 for books that people have sent us?
Yeah.
I can't bring myself to throw out any of these books.
Yeah.
These are hilarious.
Yeah, they're great.
This is the best mail time I've ever seen, and our fans need to step it up. This is
Oh, you're talking
fucking
about Sugar
wonderful.
Pine?
Yes.
Well, you guys
God,
just
that's
get
so
like
funny.
We get
like
Beyblades.
anthrax in the mail or
He
something like
said
that.
Beyblades one time, and all we get is Beyblades.
Okay.
It's very sweet. You guys spent real money on that, and that's foolish.
That's like
Are
Snack
we-
Guy.
Am I supposed to make fun of that? Like we don't want Beyblades?
Yeah.
Dude, you think you want Beyblades. You think.
Guys,
right
come-
now you think that. But you'll get Beyblades, and then what?
And then you Beyblade?
Once.
Obvi-
And then
this
it's
guy,
over.
this guy just doesn't
And then
even know what
somebody
he's
falls
talking
down,
about.
and then you realize, well, this is just like Pogs, isn't it?
No,
Like
it's so much more.
PAWGS.
I'm gonna call my mom, and she's gonna pick me up, and I'm never gonna see you guys again.
She's too far to drive here. You're trapped.
You don't know that. She's
She's an
very fast.
Alabama.
Georgia.
That was close.
This is what the fuck, man.
I like it.
love this.
I like
so
it.
good.
That's determination. Making yourself into a meme.
Was
That's
that
so funny?
Was that actually just for later? We're not going to open more, but was
Yeah.
that the last one for now? Or
Yes,
was
it was.
Oh, okay. Now I want more.
I want to just keep opening mail. God damn it.
Well, the thing is, this episode's going to come out, and there's going to be like a gap before we make new ones.
True.
So fucking get to it, guys.
Send us some
fucking
mail.
Send
brilliant.
us some fucking
Send
mail.
us some
Send us
G-dang
some
mail.
mail.
That is
Should we-
comedy platinum.
Should we take some? That was pretty good. Good bit. Let's take some preguntas, or for our English-speaking brothers and sisters, questions.
Dude, the amount of time.
Dude, I
that you've
gotta
said this on
do
the
it. You have
podcast.
any idea how much bigger our viewer base gets if we go bilingual?
That's true.
It
He's
hasn't
right.
once
He's
since
right.
you
It's a
started
good
doing it.
marketing tactic.
Let's change the title screen on this to the Gus Eddy podcast.
You got work to do, Tone Tone.
There you go.
He's gonna hate that.
Did
so
you guys
much.
ever see my questions?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Will
I've
you
seen the
directly
question.
disobey our orders not to fucking reply to the parent
I'm
tweet?
just trying to get myself out there, and I don't know how else to do it.
I'm an aspiring YouTuber, and I just want.
All right, let's go blasting out of the gates with a question that's just for me. At Marvel Mighty asks, this one is more for Gus. Sorry, Eddie. Got him. Do you have a favorite song to play on the piano? I like playing and performing the song Beth by Kiss. It's really fun. That's it.
Is that the one that goes? Beth,
Yeah,
Beth. Hold on. Beth.
you know, a lot of people are giving us shit because we're saying you ripped off your male theme song. It's just Beth.
Mail. Yeah,
I'm sick of
He's
it.
a
This will be the
musical
clip that
genius.
we'll
This
always
is
use.
fucking
You ready?
Well, here's the.
That was pretty good.
That was
I
a
like
good
that.
one. Mail time. Dude, the Blues Clues mail time thing is such a banging little
It's so
sound
good.
bite.
It could be the greatest song of all time.
I'll say it.
Dude, I loved Blue's Clues when I was younger.
Yeah, man.
I don't know who didn't. I had just a real fun toy when I was younger, like fucking baby age or something like that. But really, though, it was like when you take baths, it was a Blue's Clues paw stamp with like ink that would wash off instantly.
Oh, it's
so
precious.
yeah, when you're in the bath, just on the tile, because you know in the show he's got his paws for the clues, and you just fucking stamp them all over.
Aw.
Dude, that's cool.
Yeah, and then it probably went away, and I got older, and I'm closer to dying. Glug glug, you know.
I miss how fun it was. Like a bath was an event, but I feel like that's kind of a dip. You know, it's a bell curve. Like when you're young, baths rock, and then it's like baths are lame.
You know,
baths rock again.
rock
Dude.
again.
Baths
Yeah,
take
rock.
a bath.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you're gonna bash baths right now, I would have had a fucking word with you.
No, dude, hell no. They're the bomb, dude. I've gone ham on bath bombs. Holy shit.
Never done it.
I
There's
want to be
nothing-
sparkly and tinted blue, and I want to watch The Flash and just be me.
This guy gets it.
I like the idea of bath bombs because when I think about, because I have not had a bath as an adult, but I don't want to just sit there and see everything.
You don't.
Your penis?
You don't.
I don't want to see my peen. I've
What's good about the
actively made
water-
sure I don't see my penis.
The
I haven't
water
seen it for years.
magnifies everything, so it's like I can pretend.
You feel really good for like 45 minutes. You think, God, this. I look down and this dick almost looks like it's about half the normal size of what a man's dick should be.
Mm-hmm.
It's like that
I feel
doesn't
that.
look just like a baby's pinky.
It's
So you guys still have yours though?
yeah. Our peanut, our phalluses, or what?
Yeah. No, you still holding on to those?
As opposed to like having them.
Just letting them go.
I'm
not
just
be on
asking
there.
you a question. I'm just
letting
it's
go
a
of
simple
Jack
Do
at the end of the
you-
Titanic.
quick follow up. Or do you not have one? Or
I'm
what?
just asking you.
Well, I do.
both.
Stop saying it like we're the ones who
Are
are
in
being
the minority.
weird.
I'm
about it.
asking you both if you still just are holding on to them.
Just want to make sure that you said the word both with an L in the middle of it.
I
like
also
some
heard that.
fucking psychopath.
I heard BOLTHE. I don't.
Both
like how you
is what
saying
I
that.
said.
Say MILK.
It's milk. I'm not gonna say milk or milk.
Did you
whatever.
say milk? Did he pronounce
Just I feel like
malk
you
in
both
milk?
are avoiding the question now. Are you still holding on to them? Yes or
I'm
no?
not holding on.
Yes
to
or
it.
no?
It's attached to
Presently,
me.
physically.
Yes. I mean, short answer, yes.
Okay, that's all I wanted to know.
Do you not?
And then what?
Dude, we don't have to skate around this. We got
No, but for real though, I got a bunch of bath bombs at Ralph's. They're on clearance. I'll give you one. Here's what you do.
Thank you so much.
Gus cannot go into an airport because those are my bath.
Bombs. Oh, bookmark on the airport shit. I have an airport thing in a second here. Nothing is better in the entire world than pouring yourself a strong mixed drink, taking a little shot before that mixed drink, bringing said mixed drink into the tub, light some scented ass candles. Okay, get a little Bluetooth speaker on there, put on some John Mayer. I'm saying put on some Paul
ass
Cherry.
candles?
No, put on
Sorry.
John Mayer, Paul Cherry. Put on Mac Miller or James Taylor. And then you fucking just sit in there and drop the bath bomb
You just watch Legends of Tomorrow, and you just shit.
in the tub. Is that magnified as well?
That's like 2
feet of
It's like
turd.
Pacific Rim down there.
Was Legends of Tomorrow that time travel show where the DC gorilla met Obama? That's not a joke.
It's a really bad show.
Okay.
It's a not good
That's
show.
real, 'cause what's the-
Supergirl is almost not bad, and The Flash is not bad.
The Flash is the one where I've seen part of The Flash, and it's not bad, but also I know people love the show. You can I enjoy things that are not the best thing ever, but it's not like the best show. I wouldn't like rank
the
it.
Flash,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun. Grant Gustin is
He
a
rules, dude.
fantastic actor.
Yeah,
is
he rules.
Very fucking talented and very hardworking.
I just, now that I'm an adult and I see a storyline where it's like, oh, he grew up with that girl and he's still too nervous to ask her out. It's like, you're in your fucking 20s, dude. Grow up.
Look at you,
Grow up,
you
you
fucking
idiot.
comic book.
Guy.
Hey, if you're into somebody right now, and you're too scared to ask him out,
Good.
do it. If they
They're
say
dangerous.
no, do it. If they say no, they were gonna say no anyway. Fucking figure it out.
That's a good thing. We had that question a couple podcasts ago, and they were like, what is your advice for asking somebody out?
Just do it.
Just do it.
It really, genuinely, it does not matter. It even when people reject people, it's just like, oh, hey, sorry, I'm not into it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Here's
To be contrary to what
Yes.
you're saying,
No.
anxiety is really hard.
No, I
Oh,
get
yeah.
that.
And it's
Oh, yeah.
crippling
I'm
when
not
you have
saying
a
it's
condition.
I'm not-
easy
it's-
to just
it's
do
not
it.
easy.
I'm saying once
It's
you
easy for you
just
guys
do
because
it.
you're fucking tens, and it's difficult for other
I'm not
people.
tense. I'm very
Dude,
relaxed.
I held on to a girl
He said-
for 6 years, and we walked around
That's
all the time in
entrapment.
our
Just
neighborhood.
let go of her.
And I was head over heels in love, and her wife are very happy now. That's a real story.
How old were you?
Sounds like her wife was a real dick not letting you date that girl.
It was middle school
Yeah,
into
yeah,
high school.
I was like that in middle school and high school too. But I got older and it was like, okay.
She's one of my best
Think
friends
about
now.
rejection right now, and it's not this easy. But I'm just talking. Think about somebody you're not into. Okay, think about if they asked you out. Would you be like, fuck off? No, you'd be like, oh, okay, no, sorry.
I was going to say almost the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's flattering.
Think about, I mean, I'm
No, go
a
ahead.
kid in popcorn reading at this point, saying like, to piggyback off what he was saying. I agree with Eddie on this one. Dibs, I'm going to do a sketch about that too. Classroom discussions. I agree with Eddie. I also think this thing. No, but I mean, think about it too, especially if you're in like high school or college, but it works for everybody. Think of all the people around you right now, if it's at your place of work, if it's at school or something like that. Think of the people, like the people that you're not thinking of as being attracted to. And imagine if they came up to you and said, I really like you. Do you want to go on a date? Imagine that happening. I guarantee odds are for a lot of people you'd be like, oh, well, maybe I'll consider that. That's the case if you ask somebody a lot of the time. You know, it doesn't always work out. It's hard to go talk to people. But if you ask somebody, that's so goddamn flattering, and sometimes that little spark of, like, flattery, it can spark a whole relationship.
Yeah, and also, there are definitely horror stories of rejection, but you also learn in that moment, this person sucks.
Yes.
And I definitely wouldn't want to go out with them, so rather than me being the reason they're freaking out because they're a fucking crazy person. Because imagine even just someone you're not attracted to at all asking you out. If you're a normal person, you wouldn't be like, go fuck yourself. Why would you ever think that I would say yeah? No, you'd be like, oh, sorry, no. So they're shitty.
I was a very insecure large child that, like, I had a hard time making friends in general. The idea of, like, reaching out to a girl and being like, hey, I like you a good lot. Like, that fucking, it's so vulnerable.
This advice mainly is for people, like, going
who are
through
attractive and
no.
can get it.
Who
and
are
if
going
you can't, I don't want to see you. I don't want to read your fucking name. You hair lip piece of shit.
Jesus, that's a medical condition.
It's
Sorry,
for
that's a real
people.
thing.
It's for people like toward the end of high school into college and past that. Because the thing is, our audience isn't in middle school. I'm sure there's a couple of people who made it through, but don't do that in middle school. That probably won't work out.
Yeah,
Don't be in a
Kids are
relationship in
awful.
middle school.
Kids are awful.
Don't even be vulnerable.
Yeah, here's the thing. You don't need to date anyone.
Ever.
Really, ever.
No.
But definitely not when you're still a kid.
Yeah.
I know you want to, but it's not. It'll end in 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Hopefully.
And you will gain pretty much nothing from it going into your adult life. There's really no lessons to learn when you date somebody in 5th grade.
I didn't really get a girlfriend until I was 18, which is late, I think. And I think that was pretty healthy. Like, I didn't have my V card was fully intact until late 19.
That was mine. I was 19.
We got so many fucking parallels. It's super weird, dude.
I just turned 20. It was like a week after my birthday. Can we still maybe all
You are
connect
so
hands?
fucking gross.
Real quick, I just got to do a side conference here. Are we letting him in or what?
Come on, guys, please do it. Let me in.
Yeah, all right. All right. Yeah, dude, you're in.
That's what's up, man. Brotherly love. So
yeah,
you can
dude.
hug your friends. It's okay if your balls touch. Everything is open. It's 2019.
Even your fly.
Can we just have a quick aside here?
Here, bring the mics over.
And especially with that kind of stuff too, there's no right or wrong answer for anything. And if somebody tries to tell you otherwise, they're talking out of their ass.
Just try what makes you feel good.
Yeah.
I was invisible until I met the right person and was like, oh, okay, she makes me feel like I'm important. And
Yeah.
that's like if you're around people who make you feel insignificant, no sir.
Cut that bitch out. I hit the mic.
I'm fine with that.
That's all right. Also, that seatbelt was just all over the place.
See, this guy gets it, dude.
Yes, sir.
No, but for real though, yeah, I've had even one of my longest lasting relationship, which was like 3.5 years. It started because there was a girl that I was aware of and like I was like around and stuff, but I heard from her friends that she kind of liked me, and it made me reevaluate and go, oh, well, she's cool, you know. So if you go ask somebody, you have such a greater chance of having them be like, yeah, why not? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And good shit can happen.
Also,
Go ahead. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
I don't know
What
if I've said it
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
on the
Keep going, what you were
podcast
talking about.
before.
Does Eddie talk? Sorry.
Jamie, you
I'm
gotta
sorry, man,
reach
I
a
didn't mean to
point with
interrupt
this
you.
bit where it just ends.
This is my entire career. I need you to understand. This is my whole fucking day.
But
Sorry, go ahead.
Jamie.
Tony just cut Jamie's mic during this
Sorry,
whole fucking
Tony.
part.
I don't know if this was I've talked about it on the podcast before, but I think, and I've mentioned it to you too, is that I think when I was in junior high, Jim and Pam being the like number one TV relationship really fucked with my like perception of what a relationship should be. Where when I was like 12, 13, I thought, oh, you befriend a girl for like years and then you tell her you like her. When you're an adult, that is not what you do at all. That's like really deceiving to do to somebody.
Yeah.
Just tell them you like them right away. Ask them on a date. It's better than being like, hey, you know how it seemed like I wanted to be friends this whole time? I want to have sex.
I think about you naked.
Just like, oh, you're engaged? I'm going to fucking erode that foundation.
I'm going to stand near you until it goes downhill. What's that? You're getting married? You're still going through with it? 4 years later, everything's working out? I'm going to probably take care of myself now. Bye.
Happy for you and your wife.
There you go. I will be next door,
That is exactly what happened.
though. I'm going to move it next door. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'll do landscaping
Your daughter's beautiful.
uncomfortably close. What?
She's got another kid on the way, too.
What age is this person at this
She's
point?
our age, dude.
The daughter?
We're different ages.
Are you still
I've been
going after
around.
this woman at age 76? Hey, your full-grown 32-year-old law student daughter?
One
Second
day.
win, baby.
Grab another question. That's
What's a movie that's like used to not be creepy, but now it is creepy?
Oh,
Well, besides fucking American Beauty, clearly.
oh, yeah, well,
Wait,
that
was already
that was
creepy. It
already
was
very
already
creepy.
creepy.
Yeah.
It's what's the fucking movie? The one with Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz.
Night at the Museum 2.
No, is it like there's just something about Mary?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
that's
four dudes competing for the same girl, and you're like,
Yeah.
hey, fucking lay off. Which the whole movie is like they all think that she thinks they're all like friends with her, kind of, and they're all like, we want to fuck her.
Yeah.
Isn't Brett Favre in that movie?
Probably. That sounds right.
Some NFL players in
Yeah.
that movie.
Oh, man. I'm blanking.
Let's
There's probably
double
quite
check.
a few.
I haven't seen the
There's-
movie in a while, though, so they could just acknowledge it was creepy the whole time, and I'm just missing that from remembering it, so I'm not going to
man.
condemn that movie because I haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah.
When we finish this, I'm going to have so many answers. At the moment, I'm blanking.
Yeah, Brett Favre is in it. God
Yeah.
damn.
Brett Favre wants to fuck Cameron Diaz in that movie. So you're welcome.
That's nuts. Dude, Brett Favre, because I grew up in Wisconsin, both Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers, the Packers quarterbacks, it's like God tier how people talk about them. It's
dude.
unhealthy.
Yeah. The thing is, if they're just because Wisconsin, Chicago, like hearing them being talked about positively between the Bears Packers stuff is like that's how God tier they kind of are
Yeah.
respected. Where it's like even the people that are supposed to hate them are like, yeah, but they're fucking amazing.
Mhm.
They can't say anything about them really.
It's so weird seeing like regional and statewide like sport culture and stuff too,
Mhm.
and it's so different. The dynamics are different in every like state too.
Oh yeah.
The biggest thing is like I feel like the NFL shit is arguably the biggest kind of sports stuff just culturally, you know,
Yeah.
in terms of traditional professional sporting stuff. And growing up, we were so close to the Minnesota border.
That's really close to the Minnesota border. It's like almost there.
Oh, because you said Minnesota.
Sorta, dude.
Dude, if you guys, you deserve
hit his-
every
he hit his arm.
fucking ounce of that pain.
He hit his elbow against
Good.
the table.
I hate him. Growing up so close to the Minnesota border like that, like the Twin Cities where the Vikings play and all the other Minnesota teams, it was like an hour and 15 minutes away. And Green Bay was like fucking 5 hours away. So it's like half of everybody within an hour radius of me was a Minnesota fan and half of everybody else was a Packers fan. Anyway, my experience growing up, and I'm a little biased because I was a little more leaning towards being a Vikings fan because I like the underdogs. But just the fucking Packers fans were such goddamn assholes. And it's so weird to have people be like, that's some, for me, growing up, that was some people's entire everything, you know? That's what they watched, that's what they wore, that's what they talked about, that's what they joked about. It was just this sports team. It's so foreign to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a sports guy. There's a lot of that in Georgia. It's like that's a religion over there. Is like football. I cannot get into it.
Yeah.
The
'Cause
weirdest one-
Falcons, right?
That's baseball.
Really?
No,
What the
that's-
fuck is the Atlanta team?
No, Falcons is the NFL.
Yeah.
Look at me. Take a look. Just take a look at this gander. The gander at me. This is not the boy who knows how to run down a field. I'm staring at both boys and girls when I go to football games. That's the only reason I'm there, is to see some shapely boy butts. That's the only thing I'm doing.
Oh, you guys got the Atlanta Braves. How long is that gonna last?
What the fuck answer you want, Gus? What do you want from me? I'm just trying to see a butt in the shape of the letter C.
Is that just the side? A regular butt?
You guys.
You really stuffed your face with that. But no, I understand, like, Bears Packers. The weirdest one to me is for baseball in Chicago. It's just like, fucking Cubs versus Sox. It's like, you started 2 teams in the same city.
Yeah.
Why do you hate each other?
That's like Alabama. My mom is from Alabama State, and all of my friends are from Birmingham. So there's like this Alabama rivalry between Alabama State and what is it? It's like Roll Tide and War Damn Eagles. It's like they're stupid fucking. I'm sorry. This is really passionate people watching this. I'm sure that are like, you can't believe you
Roll
fucking
Tide.
I did say
University of Alabama, Crimson Tide.
Yes, Crimson Tide. Yes.
I did say why, just kind of for the bit. Obviously, it's because fans are interacting, and that's how the rivalry starts.
Did you guys hear about that fucking tree situation?
The tree situation.
Is this related to
In
sports?
Yeah.
That shit's growing everywhere.
No, it's not. That's the point.
You ever Googled how many fucking trees there are?
Taking us over, man.
So Alabama State, I think, I could be wrong. Someone's going to be writing a novel about how I'm getting this wrong. But Alabama State had these trees that were like these 2 specific trees that were like iconic for the entire place. And
I did hear about this.
The thing that people would do after winning or losing, I can't remember which. It was some kind of celebration or protest. I don't know what. They would go and they would toilet paper. They would teepee all of the trees and stuff. And it was like this big thing. Well, this dude got so mad because somebody, I guess, dressed up their mascot weird, and like made fun of him, that he went and poisoned the fucking trees so hard that it nearly destroyed the water in the whole fucking like town. Like the like water level was all like poisoned.
What the fuck did the trees do to you, dude?
That's what I'm fucking saying.
Why you gotta kill something for it?
That shit's crazy. My mom still hates that dude. She's from Alabama.
Dude, for sure. Honestly, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy. Yeah, for sure.
Can you imagine caring so much about a sports team that you poison like
that
nature?
You kill?
Yeah.
And
that you
potentially
kill something?
people?
Yeah. Yeah, you could have killed the entire town. What the fuck, dude?
That's nuts.
That's
I
so
bet a
stupid.
scarecrow.
There's a new podcast series that I've gotten into recently called Mobituaries, and they do a really great episode. All their episodes are really good, but he does a really, really great episode on that in particular. It's like, that shit's insane. He humanizes the guy who does it. Like, he goes and meets him and hangs out with his family and stuff. It's really cool. He's missing a few pieces, but it's interesting.
Do you think that it's irresponsible to try to like humanize people that do just fucking heinous shit like that, though?
You mean like true crime stuff?
Well, there was that argument even too when like, and not throwing anyone under the bus here, but when like Shane Dawson did the Jake Paul shit, like it's like humanizing this guy that did a bunch of shit. Like, what about the tree guy? I mean, it feels so weird. Like, where do we draw the line with it? Like, is this okay? You know?
Well, yeah, I don't know, because it does. Anything you pitch in a certain way can make you feel for somebody. So yeah, I'm always conflicted where it's like, I do feel for them, but also they did something really bad. Like Jake, I'm sure goes through shit, but I think Jake was a special one because it's like he's still fucking conning kids and scamming kids basically.
And we know he's fully aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then the thing is, that tree guy, it's like, okay, what if you got to see full perspective of that dude's life? And it was shit up until the tree thing, and then it woke him up and he's a good guy.
Well,
Could be.
Like,
yeah.
fuck.
And also, I'm sure he didn't intend to poison the town. I think he just wanted to be like, fuck those fans.
Yeah, but still don't kill a tree.
When you went to go talk to him, it was like he had an emotional breakdown because he had found out his wife, I think, or his mom or somebody, he just lost somebody, and then another person in his life was diagnosed with like terminal cancer. So it was like he had this mental breakdown, and it's like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's also like, I don't know. We were talking about this before the podcast. I think it's so important to look at the whole picture for things and understand where people come from, even if you're like, the point isn't to justify why they do shitty things. It's to understand that there's a gray area in the world, especially with, like we were talking about, with something as disgusting as like the Michael Jackson situation. That is like, look where he came from. It's like he had a really fucked up childhood that caused him to really have no perception of what a good positive reality is. Does that make what he did okay? In no fucking universe is that okay. Is any single thing he did. You are not. it's not your fault that you were born in the position that you were born in, but it is your responsibility to take care of that. We were talking about that earlier. It's just one of those things. It's like it's good to understand that the world has more gray. We don't need to have a full mustache twirling villain in order to understand that something is wrong. Like there's gray shit everywhere.
That's a good point. Yeah, I still have to watch that Michael Jackson documentary, by the way, too.
Dude.
Yeah, I haven't seen it fully. I just watched a little bit before.
There's a lot of good docu shit out lately that I haven't seen. I haven't seen R. Kelly. I haven't seen Michael Jackson yet.
I haven't seen R. Kelly yet either.
I haven't seen Food Inc.
I haven't either.
I actually have never seen it. Yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a good one.
You fucking said you didn't see it.
Oh,
you lying to the people?
He was doing a joke.
Someone's gonna do a
There's just
documentary.
dozens of people that out there who are watching this for sure. You could have made hundreds of dollars, probably.
Possibly.
Listen.
Anyways, on to the next question.
Do you guys have a favorite documentary?
Oh shit.
That's a question.
The thing is, I know I do. I just can't think right now of like any documentary I've ever seen.
I know what my favorite documentary is.
What is it?
Exit Through the Gift Shop.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Fuck yeah, that's the one.
That one's
The
good.
Banksy documentary.
It's just so entertaining. It's just got such a good narrative to it, and
Yes.
it could all be fake. Who knows?
6 Seconds to Air.
Oh,
That's
I love that
6
one.
Seconds There is also an extremely entertaining
It's
documentary.
extraordinarily interesting. That's probably
it's
my favorite.
aggressively entertaining, dare I say.
It's
Hoop
just,
Dreams rules too.
pretty good.
That's not even a bit though. It
pretty
really
good.
is really
Oh,
good.
I
It's
thought
very
that was
long.
a movie, not like a
Hoop Dreams is a documentary.
I thought it was just like Coach Carter or something, and you just were
No,
like,
no.
it was
Follows
like
a bunch of kids through
like
their
Love
life.
and Basketball is pretty good.
The thing is, it sounds exactly like something I
Yeah.
do, but Hoop Dreams is actually a really good
It's
documentary.
very good. It's very long. Like,
Yeah.
It's like 3.5 hours.
I watched it in class though, so it was great because I didn't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's.
But you were talking about 6 Seconds to
It's
Air.
okay, dude. That's just I was probably getting on a soapbox. It's okay.
About South Park.
Who knows? I got a lot of shit to say, man. I'm very intelligent.
All right, wait, was that the question, the documentary one?
No, I just asked that because it was floating that way.
Why don't we keep it to the fan questions?
Sorry.
I had nothing to sip. I went
Why don't
to.
we do our fucking job? How about that?
Again, follow us on Twitter at Gus Buckets and at Eddie Burback. And why don't you follow Jamie? What's your Twitter at?
At JAllenMC. JALLENMC. That's Jalen Mick. Once again, that's JALLENMC on Twitter and Instagram.
Hell yeah, dude.
You're watching Jalen Mick.
You're watching Jalen Mick.
Jamie is currently embroiled in the midst of one of my favorite Twitter series, which is just this. It's fucking photoshopping like some of the grossest food shit ever.
I had one tweet. It did very well.
It went
Yeah.
viral. It fully went viral.
And
Yeah.
I didn't put my signature on it, and I'm very fucking mad about it because so many people have gotten more traction from them posting it and like acting like they made it than me posting it, just being like, here it is.
What was it? Tell us about it.
It was the Reese's Bean Nut Butter Cup picture of baked beans flowing like a river out of a Reese's cup. And that did gangbusters on the internet, and so I've decided to keep doing this from motivation from my friends, and nothing else is doing that well. I'm having a great time making them though; they're super fun.
You know what I
them.
think it was is that, and I love the Doritos one you made, but I think it's because the picture looks so real.
Yeah.
And also, it's not like branded; it's just like the picture, and that's it. Where it's like, if you saw a Dorito like toe. Or a toe covered in Dorito dust. It speaks for itself.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's
maybe
the meme.
maybe that's the trick. It's interesting. I think it was one of those things that everyone had an opinion on that was the same. Nobody could disagree about that picture of baked beans coming out of a Reese's cup. But the other ones are just kind of like, that's fucked up. But it's just one of the, I don't know. I'm having a really good time. It's so weird, the responses to this, because everybody's been like, well, you're really fucking trying for that taste of success like you had the first time. I'm like,
Did people say that?
It's
yeah,
just
everybody's
fun
like,
to make. I'll be right
yeah,
back. I gotta
somebody
go pee.
tweeted at me like, oh, how the mighty have fallen after like today's tweet didn't do super well. I did fruity Pepto-Bismol, like Fruity Pebbles, and it's cute, but it doesn't have the same effect. And there were a bunch of people who were like, man, you're really trying hard.
I love that attitude on the internet where it's like, oh, you did something that people liked? Huh. Trying it again, I see.
Yeah,
It's like,
there's so much shit like that happens all the time. People always be like, look, one time he was a lead in a movie, and now he's just a fucking he's working on a YouTube channel. It's like, dude, are you kidding? That's cool as shit. Even if I went homeless and I had a fucking terrible life now, I got to do something dope once.
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that I think any criticism of like, oh, you did this and you're not maintaining anything, like I see it for even, you'll see actors who are like 70 and they'll be like, yeah, they really fell off. And it's like, they're 70. Do you see a retired teacher and you're like, wow, not teaching anymore? How fucking dumbass. Like, are you kidding me?
It's so true. It's like everybody, like, first of all, like how much work you get in the entertainment industry, totally not up to you. It's just luck 100% of the time. People just being in the right place at the right time and having an audience that's willing to like stick around. And it's like,
I'll take a beer.
I don't know. Is there something else?
Stella Artois and Bud Light.
They're both beers still.
I see. I will have the champagne of beer, which is the Bud Light, please.
That's actually fucking Miller High Life, you dumb idiot.
I'm fucking
If you guys
new
didn't
to
hear,
this.
he said that's actually Miller High Life, you fucking idiot. Just in case you didn't hear what he said to Jamie, he called Jamie a fucking idiot.
I think the last time last time I was on, or the time before, we talked about how I hadn't drank or done anything. This is a new. I'm sorry. This is a new.
Wait, really quick before you do it, can we all crack a cold one on our mics? All right.
Okay.
It's gonna be on go after 1, so I'm gonna count down from 3, and it's on go. All right.
Okay, same timing. You ready?
All right. 3, 2.
I'm sorry, I fucked up. I didn't
Dude.
mean to-
Jamie,
You guys were.
these
I got
bits,
excited.
dude.
I got
Come
excited.
on.
Okay.
I'm
3.
sorry.
I fucked it up this time. I'm so sorry, dude. I wasn't even thinking.
It's really hard. It's really hard.
3. Fuck. That wasn't planned. I actually kind of wanted us to do it all at once, but the bit overtook it.
Oh my god. Oh, that's smart. See, it makes it fancy.
Champagne. Here's what. See, no, pour sideways.
I don't know what I'm fucking doing, Gus. I just started.
Pour down the lip of the glass and have the oval be sideways. And now look at no fucking head on the beer.
What?
What I love about that pouring technique is there's not a fucking oval in sight. That's an Eddie Byrne.
This is Eddie Burback. Follow me on Twitter.
Take it home with you.
There's yeah. So I
Sorry,
don't know. This
Gus.
was always been a big thing about how I was a sober boy, and now I've started to try it. I'm trying to understand it. Look,
Because you hadn't done it before. You're not a sober boy because
Yeah.
of something, and then we like corrupted you.
no, yeah. I'm just trying. I mean, you have, but that's fine. I'm having a good time.
Bad move on my
This
part.
is so
Yikes.
satisfying to look at, though.
Dude.
Look at the.
Is it on camera?
It's
Nobody
rounded.
fuck around.
Can
I'm
you
gonna
move-
slide it onto camera.
Jamie, we will continue in a very second.
I understand.
This
This
is
is so
important.
interesting
This
to
is
look at.
exactly the amount of liquid that this wine glass can hold. Audio listeners, I don't know what to tell you. You guys are hung
Guys, it's
out to
raining
dry.
outside.
Picture, think of something filled to the brim, and then fill it a little bit more, but it's not spilling.
It's
Past the brim,
perfect.
but not spilled.
God damn, that's awesome.
That's actually really cool. Look, because you fully just poured it all like, yep, there's
that's
nothing
my
in
boy.
here.
That is so cool. Who designed this shit?
Smart. Smart. You
Who
show
made
yourself.
cups, dude?
We're in a very fragile state here, though, so be very easy on my on my table.
All right, Jamie, what are you talking?
I was just referring to, if somebody has been following me, they know that I used to be, up until last year, I had never really drank or like tried anything with that. And I always felt weird about making that public, that I'm like trying it now, because there's a lot of, I grew up a very like religious guy. I was very Christian, and I think that imprinted this like feeling about a lot of stuff that I feel like you kind of guess on, like that. I was nervous about these things and kind of avoided them just for the sake of
I totally understand it, even not
fear.
from religious stuff. When I was in high school, I really didn't drink until toward the end of my senior year, because it just felt, I think this is from watching movies and TV shows, for some reason it just felt dark to me.
yeah,
It
same.
was wrong.
Kids would start drinking around me, and I didn't have like a fuck drinking idea or anything.
No, same.
But when it started happening, it was like, I shouldn't be here. I should go back and play some Halo 3. Holy
Yeah.
shit.
That broke on me when I came to LA, and I saw there was I was at a club. I don't do that often. I'm not that kind of guy. I went to a club, which is like, whatever, if you are. I didn't mean to make it sound judgmental. Like,
I mean, you're giving more info about yourself.
Was
I-
it Club Penguin?
It was. Everybody was swearing and getting kicked out very violently. There was a some kind of big fucking stupid Hollywood party. I had a friend who did a movie with Idris Elba, and she was like, "We have to go to this party because I haven't seen him since we did the movie, so I'm gonna come. I want you to come with me and be my date."
Can you, really quick, can you tell us the movie at all, or is it too, will it give too much info?
It
It's
was
fine if not.
the second Thor.
Okay,
Ooh.
okay.
Her mom was the makeup artist for a bunch of Marvel movies. She actually
Whoa,
she got
that's
nominated for
awesome.
Guardians of the Galaxy. The first
No
one.
way!
She did the Miss Georgiou. She did the makeup for all that stuff. It was super cool. I fucking love that family.
I was gonna guess season 4 of The Office, but that is also cool.
No,
Go ahead.
they're all fucking. It's super cool, and that's like everybody who works in those movies. They're very close. I've found. I've made a few friends in that industry now, and they're like. Everyone says the same thing that like they have like a no asshole policy.
Oh, I love that. That all sounds real good.
Yeah. But anyway, she was like, I was really stoked to meet Idris. I was like, that's just fucking dope as shit.
Yeah, he fucking rules, dude.
Yeah, and I think she worked with him on Thor and was like gonna come, go say hey to him and stuff. And we get to, and I'm all dressed up, and I had a crush on this girl all the time, which I doubt Bella's watching this, but hey, I was hanging out with her a lot, and she's like a party girl, and that's a life I was completely fucking forward to coming out here. Just like an innocent boy from Georgia he'd never been drunk before, and even like for years past that. And we get to this club. I am very, very easily the most sober person within 10 miles.
You were that confident.
This was, I can guarantee it.
There are
I was
people
in
working
fucking,
at restaurants just fucking slamming around.
it's like West Hollywood fucking like underground party. It's like underneath a bank. Like there's some shit going on in there. And I remember getting into the club. I had just bought like a button-up shirt and tie that day, and I'm like, I'm gonna look sharp as shit. And everyone's in there like fucking like in mesh shirts and stuff. And like, she's like, okay, I have to go give the password and go into the store, but I can't take you with me. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna. You're gonna leave me alone in this fucking club with like hundreds of people in a room no bigger than this one, like just really, really humid in there and shit. And she couldn't take me with me. It was not her fault. It was just one of those things. It was like, I guess I'll just hang out in this club by myself, just like the whitest tame person in the entire world. Just like, hey, nice to meet you.
Were you snapping along to the music or what?
Like, and the music's like, blah, 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 like fucking like it was like a movie. But
Let me ask you a quick question. Is snappling when you open a bottle and tell a fact to somebody else in front of them?
do this to me every day?
Fuck you!
fuck,
You
fuck
just got
Gus.
burned a second time.
Fuck Gus. This is a
by
fucking
me.
take that.
Ooh.
That. Yes.
Anyways, back to the story.
Anyway.
Sorry about him.
I
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry,
buddy.
dude.
I crossed the line. I'll be honest with you.
I could tell he was ready for me to make some kind of joke because the second I held it out, I saw his face just turn. Dude,
You guys fucking
Where'd
suck.
you get it from?
he uses a bit in the last episode.
Go ahead, Jamie.
How is it not blisteringly loud?
I don't know. It's perfect. It's just for the
Anyway,
audio.
I spent.
I turned the volume down.
Oh, dude, no.
Sorry.
Anyway, I spent what was probably 2 hours just wandering this tiny club with way too many people. It was well over capacity.
Because the thing is, nobody tells you before you start drinking that being at a party and just holding a drink is like being given a weapon in war. Like, it's so huge, you know?
Yeah.
Just even holding it because it's something, even if it's empty, to escape to for a moment.
I had none of that. I
Yeah.
was meandering around people getting
Full out
like
there.
popping bottles and like, oh my god, I saw things that I only heard news of in the news and shit. And on
Like
fucking, in
what?
movies. There's people just straight fucking
What,
People-
in the club?
in the club.
People just straight fucking
They
in the
were
club,
just
baby.
Straight fucking in a lot of, not just straight fucking. I learned a lot about myself that night. It was a fucking riot, and I learned that the easiest thing for me to do was to act like I was on my way to see somebody, but I didn't know exactly where they were. So I was just going to the party like, "Excuse me, sorry, hey." Sorry,
For
excuse me.
2 hours?
I just meandered. I walked. I was a different person every time I circled the room.
It's exhausting.
It was very exhausting.
Fun
it was,
improv exercise.
It was
though.
interesting. It was very interesting. I kind of looked at it like, oh, like I'm trying some acting exercise or whatever.
I use my friends as an out at parties. I don't know if you guys do that too. I do it all the time, especially like if we're at VidCon or something. I shouldn't reveal my secrets. I'll still say it. I'll just, if not really for conversations, but if I have nothing to say to somebody, you seen Gus? I haven't seen him in a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. All right, man. I think I'm gonna go find him.
Even if you're like fucking with it and like that's like a fake thing, it's like that's such a genuine thing that
Yeah.
you might actually be doing. Like,
Yeah, that's the thing is I might. So somebody's gonna maybe hear the podcast and then hear that VidCon and be like, this fucking asshole.
So if you're talking to Eddie at VidCon and you hear him say, "You guys seen Kyle?" He is so done with your ass. He's so done.
What's even better than that is having a dog at home. not even having one with you, but being like, I have to get home to my dog. Like, if you go to a party acting like you're just about to leave, that is the best position to be in. Like, I gotta go in a second, but how you been? You know, like that kind of. It's such a quick. Like, there is an end to this conversation. I'm not gonna sit here and wax poetic with you, but for miles. But I was at this party, and after a while, I was just kind of like sitting around the bathroom, just like waiting, and I saw this girl exit the bathroom, having a good night. She was having a hard time walking in a straight line. Good for her, having a good time. A girl was walking in at the same time she was leaving, in a different state but the same, in a lot of different ways. But they make eye contact. Clearly, had never met before. They didn't know each other. And the girl walking into the bathroom froze for a second and went. And she went.
For audio listeners, Jamie just slapped his forearm.
And made the frowny face like, you want to try it? Like,
I'm guessing it's heroin for the audio listeners.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. And she was like, okay. And then like turned around and they both walked in. And it was like that girl was on her way out of the bathroom and made a big life decision all of a sudden.
Oh my
Imagine
God.
leaving the bathroom, but loving heroin so much you go back in.
Or just being so fucking open to the world that a stranger is like, you want to share a needle? And she's like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Like, that's, whoa. That was like, for a kid from Georgia who has just moved out of town and is like, got a crush on a girl who's just not there. And I'm like reevaluating my life decisions and stuff. And I see this interaction in a doorway to a bathroom. I'm like, holy fucking shit, that's real. That's a real thing.
That's some real culture shock fuckery, though.
Yeah.
Honestly, that's pretty aggressive.
It shook me. It was interesting.
Yeah.
It was
I've
interesting.
still never seen real classic Hollywood stuff here. You see slight. No, I want to hear more about it too. But you see slight stuff like at VidCon where you're like, oh, there's an influencer who's probably high, but they're not open about it because everyone posts things.
But it's high like coke high.
Oh yeah,
where
I'm
you're just
not
come
like,
on, dude.
Yeah, I'm not walking around going, did they smoke weed? I don't fucking care if you smoke weed. I don't care at all.
Did they roll a blunt? Are they trying to be a bad influence on me right now? I got to read Calvin and Hobbes and get to my roots.
Isn't it weird sorry, go ahead.
Are you being that old Hanna-Barbera? Yeah, droopy
Ugh.
guy.
Oh, dear. There's so much going on around me. Boo.
It's always been satisfying to hear that voice. I don't know why. I like the noise of people's like
Cheeks.
It's
the
chubby guy voice.
yeah.
I'm just looking for the best bagel in town.
Do you have any heroin?
Well, you want to try some heroin in the bathroom? real quick?
Isn't it weird though that we have drunk for alcohol and then high for everything else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
when they're uppers and downers.
really everything.
It's like, oh, I'm high.
On what?
Meth. Yeah, those are very different things, weed and meth.
Yeah.
That it's also like that. I didn't realize that coke was a casual thing, but it is.
Yeah.
It's still not in and I will say no bullshit to anyone, and I have to say this to like my parents too. In my circle of friends, it's never been a thing.
Absolutely never.
Back home and YouTubers, none of us do that shit.
That's changed for me. I was in the same place with you, but recently I've met some folks, and it's like, okay, that's how they party. That's different than me.
I think it's just, well, one of the things too is I think a lot of, and we're very similar in that sense, and I know you like to do it too, but of just hanging out and having beers and playing video games. But that's kind of like how we've structured making friends our entire life, and that's those people aren't the same.
That's
where it's like
interesting.
you don't have somebody who wants to come over and play Smash, and it's like, you want to do a line? It's like, no, we're playing Smash.
No,
dude.
I want to win, dumbass.
No, that's actor shit, man. Like I found that stuff like it's way less common in YouTube. I found, but like when I was
It's
doing,
really not there, really.
no, I mean, not
Well,
there, but
Of
like
the real, I mean, not real, but of the comedy YouTube community, nobody I know is like really like that. But I'm sure Instagram influencers are fucking
I've
crazy.
met quite a few, and it's very casual. And it's like, if that's what you do for fun, that's fine. I don't give a shit. But like it's just not what I was used to growing up. And
Gotta pee so bad. I'm so sorry.
go for it, dude. I believe in you.
Single cam.
And just keep it on this the whole way through.
Yay!
The thing that shook me was like first of all, weed was taught to me as like a really negative thing growing up. So it took me a long time to feel like it's fine. You know, I think I socially knew I needed to be like super supportive and cool about it, but like I still felt weird about it until recently. And I think it was just like learning about truly learning about it. But like in conventional TV and film, I thought it was a fucking joke that was super common, but it totally is. That's like
Yeah.
how people get ready for a night out sometimes.
Well, I remember. Oh, like Coke or weed? What are you talking about? Coke. Yeah, it seems weird. And again, I don't know. Goddamn. Yeah, I'm so happy that it's not a big prevalent thing in like the YouTube circle at all. At least with the people that we run with. Like I'm so. I don't want to shame anybody. I'm so proud of the people that we see around us too. Like, cause we hang out typically with the commentary and the comedy like folks for the most part, and some like video game YouTubers and stuff too. And pretty much everybody, they just want to come over, maybe have some beers, eat some pizza, play video games, talk, and have a really fun, chill time. It's
Yeah.
great, you know. No one is like this like clout chaser, party hound, like fuckhead, you know.
Yeah, I feel
I
like
don't
in YouTube I've met more people who are just like, it's a special occasion if they do it at all.
Yeah.
But in TV and film, I know a few people who are like that's just how they get up.
That's nuts. Even on YouTube, like even personally, with our personal hangouts, we have not been around anybody doing cocaine on YouTube at all. Right?
I mean, if they've been
Oh
on
yeah,
it,
not once.
Not once.
100% confirmed.
Yeah.
if that's happened, it's probably not been like we haven't been aware of it. But we have a pretty chill group, just people who just want to come and relax. And not like, I feel like if you're gonna do coke, it's because you're up to shit. Like you're gonna do something. Like
Yeah.
I'm with you guys. I'm of like just like chilling out. It's kind of like my speed. But it is
Jamie does speed, so
I mean, what is speed? First of all,
I think speed is crack, right?
I thought it was meth.
I don't know.
I've seen crack. Crack is weird.
You've
'Cause I'll look
seen
it up.
crack?
Like I've seen that done at Hollywood parties. Like that's like
God
I hate
damn,
the term
what
Hollywood
happens?
parties, but I don't know what it just becomes like it's passed around as casually as weed, and it's just so confusing to me because it's like you got to know that is a fucking that's bad news. Like you've crossed some problems there.
Yeah, speed is meth. What is speed?
Okay.
Speed is amphetamine, a stimulating drug that triggers the brain's reward system, giving the user
Oh,
feelings
just
of
amphetamine?
pleasure. Well, it says too. Speed also goes by the street names ice, crystal meth, and shabu.
That's interesting. What's interesting is like when I got diagnosed with ADHD and I was starting to get treatment for it, when they gave me the medicine, the generic name for it was just what it's made of, which is just fucking amphetamine salts. And I remember thinking like, this is fucking amphetamines. Like this is the treatment for this. And first of all, there's no cure. Nobody really knows how to treat it. But it was also like taking it was like, oh, I feel normal now. Like I wonder if there's somebody out there who took meth or like any amphetamine or like crack or something or like I don't know what's what. I'm very ignorant to so I'm sorry if I'm.
I'm sorry if I'm calling your drugs the
calling your
wrong
drugs
name.
But I feel like, but when I try, I wonder if there's somebody out there who like tried it to party and they like evened out and they're like, that's weird that I'm normal now. Cause
I don't know.
Oh,
Because I
that's
took
some weird
amphetamines
shit,
and I
yeah.
was like, chemically, there's
But
a
that's-
chemical problem with me.
I only know amphetamine from the name tied to meth. I don't know
Yeah.
actually what it is with science at all.
I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people addicted to meth are folks with undiagnosed ADHD, and they're just kind of they're feeling that like that level of normalcy, and they're like addicted to trying to be a normal person.
Yeah.
It's interesting to me. It's like society really hasn't factored in folks with like mental illness or like disabilities and stuff. Like there's always kind of like just shoot down the middle and try and make as many people normal folks as possible function.
Yeah. It was so weird growing up like in the small town too. I even have a bit again. Thank you for coming to the live show if you did. I have
So good, dude.
thank you, Mike.
I'm so proud of you.
Dudes. But I have a bit in the show where I talk about truthfully at one point in time our county that I grew up in was the meth producing capital of the entire United States.
It's crazy.
How big is your county, by the way? Cause
Not big.
Okay, because I was
But
gonna say that because your town was very small, but I don't know
Yeah.
how. I don't know Wisconsin counties and how big they can be.
Well, the issue was that we have so many dairy cooperatives, which are like these big industrial kind of agricultural, like a big Menards for farmers and shit, you know?
Okay.
So there were so many areas where chemicals and like gases and all this shit was stored in like just yards, you know, like courtyards of stuff.
Yeah.
So people would just break into these places, steal the chemicals used for making meth, and then just it's fucking right. It's a mile away from you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
break in through a chain link fence and get like methylamine and shit. You know?
But yeah, also you think about maybe theft in a city or suburban area, and it's so risky, but like a rural area is like only way you're getting caught is the person who owns the place noticing you.
Absolutely.
Where and if it's an area that, because I'm assuming if it was selling that big of stuff, that the area was huge that they were selling it in.
Yeah, so it's like you take a bunch of very valuable chemicals. Well, they're valuable if you turn it into meth, and then you run into the woods. Who's gonna find you? You know?
Yeah.
That was my whole fucking ancestry. Like, everybody from Alabama, they just like were these fucking slack-jawed hicks who just wandered into the woods and moonshined until they were in one place long enough that it legally belonged to them.
Yeah.
This is where I live. Nobody's going to tell me who to be and where to go. This is where I've been, and this is where I'll die.
Yeah. That's just where they fucking were long enough until like, I guess that belongs to you now.
Yeah, that's nuts. I don't know, like, because we see on like Breaking Bad and stuff where it's like Walt cooks that like super chemically pure shit too,
Yeah.
but you don't know what kind of civilian people are getting and stuff too. And I remember instances I've spoken before, like when I was in 8th grade, I job shadowed like one of the local police deputies and stuff. And I remember during the job shadow, one of the things he said, hey, do you want to see some real life meth scabs?
Whoa.
I was like,
What?
what?
Oh, what?
Okay, so he's like, he made up an excuse. He said like, hey, we're gonna go talk to this woman about like some pit bulls that she's breeding and stuff, which again is super shady.
What?
But he's like, I'm gonna go make up an issue, and just not to like harass her, but he was just checking in with a prior thing that she had talked about.
Okay.
So he was very respectful to her. But he's like, yeah, why don't you come up? You'll see. He said, look at her arms, and she's going to have scabs and stuff. Because I guess what meth does is it gets inside of you, and your body's rejecting the poison, and it fucking scabs up trying to push that shit out of you.
No.
So, like, you go, and I'm looking at this woman, and it's like these pustules that are just scab. Like, imagine a scab that's pussing out that never heals because your
People are
body's
probably
getting
eating
poisoned.
during this.
Don't eat this shit.
That poor thing. That's just so hard. Like, where I don't know. I've heard a lot of like people close to me who have been around folks who have been in that situation. It's like I feel like it's easy to talk about them like they're just other, And it's so like, but that's just I always get caught up. I had a lot of people in my family who have been in that position. It's like I feel like we're all just inches away from turning into that person sometimes if things just don't go as well as they feel like they could or whatever. It's like it's so crazy to me to think about what that does to folks. Like, that's so nuts.
Yeah, it's nuts. I'd like to think that we're not as all close to that, because I think there's so much like public
so.
stigma where it's just like, dude, meth, that's terrible.
Yeah.
It's past like dare shit, like, hey man, weed's for losers and stuff. It's like, dude, meth
Yeah.
fucks you up.
Yeah.
Once you cross that is such a hard, bold line that it's like, if you're in that place, if somebody's watching this or listening to this and they feel like we're like, if they're feeling shitty because we're kind of like talking about it like, wow, it's just, that's foreign to us. We're not familiar with that.
I
We're
mean,
not judging
I
you.
want to take the stance of I'm not judging them, but definitely try your best to stop doing
don't
meth.
do
'Cause
which
I'm
is easy
not-
to say, but
Yeah.
it's like,
I know it's
truthfully.
easy to say. I'm just saying, like, that's the I don't
Here's
want
the
to.
thing. Don't start meth. That's easy to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if it's really fun?
But don't start meth is what I said.
All right.
You guys
That
ever?
makes sense.
You guys think somebody's ever smoked crack while listening to the podcast?
Dude, if you are, please comment. Like, go out of your way
Numbers-wise.
to leave 5 stars and
imagine?
tell
I think
us on
one
that
person-
iTunes.
How terrifying it would be to listen to our podcast, because like it's every once in a while we just
It's
go
like,
like,
yeah, scream.
you probably go check your windows while you're listening.
Don't
and shit.
think about how eyes are in the darkness.
God damn.
But you can't see the whites because of how dark it is.
That's
Wait.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Can you
In
do
a
that?
world where 2 white boys yell in one room.
Can you do any
The
celeb-
Gus and Eddie podcast.
It's actually Gus E. Eddy. It's
Sorry,
really
it's-
insensitive that
thank
you
you.
didn't say that.
El
Fucking-
Gus and E. Eddie podcast.
What's that? What's that
puto.
little accent you put on there?
I didn't. I was being respectful. My girlfriend's Mexican. I can do whatever I want.
You want to go?
Bienvenidos a la Guess E. Eddie podcast.
So, do we want to go to a new question, or
That
do
was
we want to
fully-
keep
do
fucking
that. I'm gonna
around?
take a
That was fully grammatically correct, by the way.
I didn't. I haven't done anything with Spanish since Spanish 3, and then I dropped. You know what fucking sucked is I think I
What?
said this on the podcast before. I was good at Spanish, and then I had one year where my teachers didn't check homework, so I was like, I'm me. I can't keep doing homework.
This is so me.
Dude, it was like I think I told you I got so risky where she would look and not pay attention. It kind of pissed me off because my procrastination was so bad and she wouldn't check my homework. So I was like,
Yeah.
we're both doing parts, but mainly me and me getting worse at Spanish, where I would just put like I hate Spanish or like Spanish fucking sucks on my page, and she just goes, see. The thing is, like, I was never wanted her to see it. I was never that defiant kid. I actually, my mom and sister are both teachers. I like never disrespect teachers like blatantly, but I was like, I wonder if I could get away with this. It was like the I hate Spanish was once and fuck Spanish was once. So it wasn't like I always put it on there. But I couldn't believe she just looked and said, see. It's like, care about your job a little more.
Yeah, I remember once at like a college English essay, I think for one paragraph, I just typed in nonsense words like I was just like, oh, geez, dang it, wow, or whatever, and like I got no penalties and stuff. And I think that sometimes professors just do that where it's like they're having a big week. I don't even blame them.
I get it. That's
I
the thing.
do not blame them. It's just like, yeah, it's probably fucking fine.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you want to go to a new question? Also, what time are we at? Just out of curiosity.
This is probably the longest podcast we've done in a long ass time.
What are we at now?
10:51.
It's 10:51. We start at 9:19.
Yo, every time I'm
Okay.
here, I want to beat my record.
So
This is my three-peat.
Is it your three-peat?
Yeah.
let's do one more quick question and then we'll go.
Let's do it.
Because Tony has a life.
No, it's,
Oh,
one,
yeah.
it's 1:30. I think we went for 2.5 hours last time I was here, which nobody
What? We didn't do a
We
2.5
didn't use that.
hours one. Yeah.
did. We? I don't know.
I don't
did
think we did.
I don't remember. At
That was precious.
at Bink Mao 85 asks, if you could remake one classic movie and change it, which movie would you remake?
I got mine.
What's that?
One of my lifelong kind of dreams is to make a good, true to the book Frankenstein movie.
Ooh, that's a good one.
I believe that pretty much every Frankenstein movie has not done what the book said, which is fine.
Frank and Weenie.
But like, but the thing is, like, there are good ones and there are bad ones. But when I read the book, I was like, this fucking thing. Well, I didn't technically I listened to the audiobook because I told the story for like a video for an Audible sponsorship thing. I listened to the audiobook like a day before senior year started, and it was fucking incredible. It was the guy that narrated, I found out recently. It's the dude who's in the new Beauty and the Beast, and he was also in Legion. What's his name? I love that dude.
Dan Stevens.
Dan Stevens.
Yeah.
So Dan Stevens narrated it, and he's fucking amazing.
So good.
So I listened to that, and I was like, why the fuck does this movie not exist? Because, like, it's one of those books where you're like, well, this could easily be made into a movie. It's not like the things that were great about this were changed because they couldn't put it in a movie.
Yeah.
And the thing is, Frankenstein doesn't look. I know the classic monster, not even that, but what other Frankensteins look like that are supposed to be true to the book still don't look like him. He's like a tall, fucking gross, like arm attached, different arm, different length attached, gross, greasy, long hair character. That's like, make that fucking guy just this giant monster stitched together, and he's like jealous and fucked up, but also fucking Dr. Frankenstein. Victor Frankenstein sucks, and he's a fucking loser, and I want to make that movie.
Dude, I was thinking about this. I was reading the Call of Cthulhu, the Lovecraftian, like he's got it's a series of short stories really, and not all of them are very good. But I was reading that. I was like, this could be the most bitchin' movie, but it's just not. People just don't get it. Like, I don't feel, not that I do, but like I would love to see, I don't know if I could do it, but I would fucking love to see that turned into a really viscerally like fearful movie. Like even Pacific Rim, I don't feel like people really get the Lovecraftian horror that is needed to really like to illustrate Cthulhu.
Yeah, I wouldn't say Pacific Rim is going for that though.
No, they're not. But I feel like that is a really perfect opportunity to really get that horrifying, like, I can't fathom how large this is.
Yeah.
So this makes me, or like how
What does that?
What?
Is the new King Kong movie, or I mean the new Godzilla movie and Kong Skull Island.
Sometimes
both do that. And
there
if
are
you see
moments.
the trailer for the new Godzilla movie, they definitely do that.
My buddy's in that.
Really?
He's
No
one of the
way.
heads.
Did
the
you-
three. He played the monster in the woods.
Did you see the trailer for it?
a long time ago.
The newer trailers show that they definitely show the scale to the point of it looks like appreciating the beauty of something that large.
I need that. I have a regular. It's actually really interesting, and this is probably a deeper conversation. But me and my sister, the middle child sister, I have 2 older sisters. She and I have the same nightmares as like recurring nightmares that we've had since we were kids, which is being chased by gargantuan, fucking Lovecraftian, horrible monsters.
Whoa.
I've had that a number of times. It's
that's
typically
my
a big,
main
like,
thing.
you know, that like old timey 20s, like deep sea diver bell
Yep.
helmet kind of guy.
Yes.
Actually, or are you just doing shit right now?
No,
'Cause
I'm dead serious. That's the
'cause
kind
I've-
of kind of dream I've always had since I was a kid. That's why when I played BioShock, I was like this, and all of the BioShocks really, it was like this connects to me in a way that feels really fucked up and like I've been dreaming of it since I was a kid.
that spooks me out. I've had that a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
I usually kick the monster's ass, but that's just me.
I always have dreams where I'm like
I don't
frozen
know.
and I can't move and something needs to be done or somebody needs to be helped and I can't get to them fast enough. What was you
Yeah.
guys making goofs right now? Am I
No,
not in
I
the
just
bit?
made,
No,
I
I
made
was-
a
I
small
was-
I'm not in the
goof.
Eddie
bit.
made a
I'm sorry.
goof.
I
Let's
said-
try again. Let's try
Eddie
again.
made a goof and
All
I
right,
went like
pictures
this.
up. Action.